Okay, beginning session 9, movies 300 to 251. We were getting into some pretty good movies last night. Definitely. Let me see. First couple of these might be, two or three of them might be a little bit too high, but I don't know. Number 300, Lawless, based on true story. The Bondurant brothers, played by Tom Hardy, Jason Clarke, Shea LaBeouf, of Franklin, Virginia. They run a multi-purpose backwoods establishment that hides their true business, which is bootlegging. A sadistic lawman, Guy Pearce from Chicago, arrives and tries to shut down the operation. It's like nothing special about the plot or anything, but it's just, yeah, the if I remember, the cinematography is pretty dang good, and the acting, like, it's a lot of good acting. So it's yeah, I think it's a very good movie. Okay, next, 299, The Quick and the Dead. Not a really highly rated movie, but I think it's a very underrated western. Little info on it. A mysterious woman gunslinger saunters into town looking for revenge against the mayor, who is in the midst of organizing a quick draw tournament to the death. Among the competitors is the quote unquote kid, an upstart who has his own score to settle with Herod, who's Gene Hackman. So you've got Sharon Stone, Leonardo DiCaprio, Gene Hackman. You have Russell Crowe. It's entertaining. I have no problem putting it where it is. Next up, number 298, Bad Times at the El Royale. I saw it when it first came out. Don't remember it too well, but I think Jeff Bridges is one of the best actors there is, and he stars in it. The El Royale is a rundown hotel that sits on the border between California and Nevada. It soon becomes a seedy battleground when seven strangers converge on a fateful night. Even if I did remember it really well, you know how it is. I can't really tell you too much, but I can tell you this might be a little bit too high, but I would safely put it in the top 400. But I'm okay with it here, although I need to rewatch it. All right, next. 297, The Hunger Games. Off the bat, I'll tell you, I've seen two or three of them. I know I've seen two. It's been a while since they came out, the first ones at least. It was in what was once North America, the capital of Panem maintains its hold on its 12 districts by forcing them each to select a boy and a girl to compete in a nationally televised event called the Hunger Games. They fight to the death until one remains. Sorry, that's a plane. I don't know if you can hear that. Like I said, I don't know how this mic is going to really work with that. But yeah, so the movie, Woody Harrelson, it's been a while since I've seen one of them. It's got the kid actors. I don't know their names. The concept is it's pretty cool, but I mean, it's not cool. If the government ever really did that in real life, that'd be terrible. But for a movie, I should say. But like, I feel like if they made it like it wasn't like a boy and a girl, like it was like men, maybe a couple women, but like actual can I cuss on this and not get it demonetized? I don't know, but bad, you know what? And like men, then that would be dope. That would be super cool. But like, and then I had one other complaint. I forgot what it was, but that, yeah. What is the other thing I would like to see? Yeah, another thing is, don't make it such like a romance. You know what I mean? Because you know me, I don't even include those movies. Maybe kind of halfway, 2, 3, or 4 out of 700. But yeah, that would how if they did it like that, I think it'd be unreal. They're still like really good movies. That's why I have them ranked top 300. Okay, next, Crimson Tide comes in at 296. After the Cold War, a breakaway Russian republic with nuclear warheads becomes a possible worldwide threat. Captain Ramsey, played by Gene Hackman, signs on the relatively green Ron Hunter, played by Denzel, to the USS Alabama. From there, things get pretty crazy. You can imagine, I'm not saying, but possibly what happens on ships a lot of the time, even going back hundreds of years. Mutinies, I don't know if a mutiny happens, can't tell you, but it's obvious. I'm not giving anything away there that there's going to be conflict. Now, it's phenomenal. It's just a phenomenal acting, and that's what you're going to hear me say. I mean, these the cream of the crop movies. I mean, it's going to have good acting almost all the time. So yeah, it's so good, so good. Okay, next up we have 295 Beautiful, spelled Biutiful. Just a really good like existential movie with Javier Bardem playing a career criminal, kind of a small time criminal. I believe he's in like rough neighborhoods in Spain, and it's, in my opinion, it's got one of the best endings to a movie. So you might need to watch the alternative ending on that, but yeah, man, it's just an existential movie. Like I said earlier, those are hard to make the right way, but this one does a very good job of it. And Bardem is such a good actor. Obviously, subtitled movie. So wait, is it? Yeah, almost positive it is. Okay, next up, number 294 is called 187. Samuel L. Jackson is a high school teacher. Trevor Garfield. He feels threatened when a student writes the police code for homicide inside one of his textbooks. He later gets stabbed by that student. He then relocates to California to teach, but this school is also as dangerous as the last one. So I didn't want to give you too much information, but I had to kind of let you know a little bit about what it's about. I might have given you a little too much, but not really. There's a lot to the movie. If you doubt Samuel L. as having range like I used to, I don't think you will after this movie. It's like really, really good. Okay, next up. Number 293, Malcolm X, long biographic film over Malcolm X, played by Denzel. It shows how his faith changed, his time in prison, and obviously the social impact he had. What was I going to tell you about Malcolm X? Yeah, he when his faith changed, give me 1 second. So it shows how the Nation of Islam didn't like him. I don't want to give stuff away, but didn't like him kind of changing some viewpoints, you could say. And it does show how he started out as, like, I guess you could say, a petty criminal. It's like, this might be a little bit too high, but probably not, because how could I put it? He's a pretty big part of American history. So, and Denzel is playing him and does a very good job. So, I'm okay with where it is. I mean, I didn't love the movie, but it's a good educational movie. Okay, next. Speaking of biographical films, we got Gandhi at 292. I like this one more. The power of nonviolent resistance. Gandhi used a lot of civil disobedience, mass protests, boycotts of British goods, to get rid of the British imperialism. The importance of unity, obviously, the negative impact of colonialism, and it goes over the human cost of conflict. It's just cool showing him through India. He's on a train traveling different places trying to promote peace. He's doing hunger strikes. Even at the end of his life, he's trying to broker peace. I mean, he just Ben Kingsley, phenomenal job. Phenomenal job. Gandhi, one of the most important humans probably ever to walk the earth. Great movie. Okay, 291, Menace to Society. After growing up in the gang lifestyle of the Los Angeles projects, there you go. I need to start using projects instead of hood. 18-year-old Kane Lawson wants a way out. Everyone around him is trapped in their lives of crime and violence, though. Can he get out? So, yeah, man. I don't know. I forgot that guy's name. He's just very good acting in the movie. I can't tell you too much. I don't want to give anything away, but it's a highly rated movie. I mean, it's a it's just, yeah, it's solid. Okay, next up, number 290, picture of the year. I'm pretty sure The King's Speech. England's Prince Albert must ascend the throne as King George VI, but he has a speech impediment. The country needs him to be able to communicate effectively. An Australian actor and speech therapist tries to help him overcome his stammer. What else to tell you? It's what's the word I'm looking for? It's the word is intriguing. It's an intriguing movie because it's so different. It's really good. Obviously, that's not really my type of movie, I would say, but I liked it a lot. Okay, next, 289, Any Given Sunday. Pacino, he makes this movie ranked in the top 300. He just does. He plays the pro coach of the Miami Sharks. He goes on a losing streak. Has to deal with aging heroes, aging quarterback that's kind of hurt, sliding attendance, problems off the field, and friction with young president co-owner Cameron Diaz. I should say / co-owner. No surprise, Pacino is unreal. Movie does an unreal job of showing the pressure of winning in pro sports. Maybe a little too high, but really, really good. Gonna add We Are Marshall with Matthew McConaughey after the tragic plane crash where Marshall's football team, how many years ago was that? That was a long time ago, but the plane crashed, and then the movie where We Are Marshall, it was good. It was good, but wasn't blown away with it, but it was pretty good. Then I'm also going to add the classic movie North Dallas 40 with Nick Nolte. So definitely going to add those two football movies. Okay, next. 288, Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, the one with Russell Crowe. For sure, Directed by Ridley Scott. By the way, I think Ridley Scott might be a top 3 director. Top 4. I don't want to give away. See, I need to do a video on the top directors eventually. Directed by Ridley Scott, which offers a different take on the classic legend. Robin Hood returns from the Crusades and becomes entangled in the political machinations of 12th century England, ultimately leading an uprising against the crown. It's been a while. I watched it like at the movie theater when it first came out, but Ridley Scott, just the way he did the story and the combat, it was awesome if I remember right. I hope I'm not wrong on that. Okay, might be a little bit of outrage here. Might want to fast forward on this one couple minutes. I'm going to give away a little bit of a spoiler, just because I got to explain myself. 287 Oppenheimer, 8.3 IMDb. 287 is that's a really good movie, by the way. During World War II, Lieutenant General Leslie Groves Jr. appoints physicist Robert Oppenheimer to work on the top secret Manhattan Project. Oppenheimer and a team of scientists spend years developing and designing the atomic bomb. The movie focuses a lot on his left-leaning sympathies and past associations. Yeah, wasn't that kind of about the time of McCarthyism? Was that before McCarthyism? Anyway, that was always, people were always worried about that, even before McCarthyism, I would assume. But, see, little spoiler here. I remember they go to the Chicago warehouse. Correct me if I'm wrong. I could be way off. But he wasn't the one leading the Chicago Pile 1 experiment, the world's first human-made self-sustaining nuclear chain reaction led by Enrico Fermi. And I'm like, okay, so you're acting like this guy created the atomic bomb, but isn't this Enrico Fermi, more a part of it? Like, if it's going to focus so much on his political leanings, Oppenheimer, then at least, like, be true to the story that he created the bomb. Don't... Sorry, the dog's distracting me now. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, is he really the guy? But correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe he is, but I don't know. It just got so political. It was a long, drawn-out movie. It was a great movie. The acting was, like, really good. By... How do you say his name? Give me 1 second. Okay, by Cillian Murphy. So yeah, and I forgot who else was in it. But yeah, I think that it's a top 300 movie. It's worth watching again. It's incredible, but I just don't want to put it like in top 50, top 100. Next up, another controversial placement, possibly. 286, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Leo and Pitt, about the Charles Manson murders. But the film centers around fictional characters, so it's not accurate, really, that accurate at all. A true story, played by Leo and Pitt. Not a lot happens until the end of the movie. I mean, it's like a 2.5-hour movie. Not much is happening. The end of the movie's super cool, but you just gotta wait quite a while. And did I already say it? Sorry. The acting, yeah, it's really good, but there's just not. Yeah, I don't want to give stuff away. It's got some other cool parts, a couple other cool parts other than the end, but there's better movies, but this is worth watching again, no question. Right, next. 285, You Don't Know Jack, about Dr. Death, Jack Kevorkian, the advocate for assisted suicide in the U.S. Pacino simply does an incredible job. He won awards for his performance in this movie. The movie makes you think. It definitely makes you think. It's got John Goodman in it, who does a very good job as well. It's really good movie. Okay, a couple things I missed. Movies I wanted to add for you to look at. With 295 Beautiful, the existential movie I told you about, there's a 2018 KP Nam movie that's 8.4 IMDb. I haven't seen it. I'm going to add it to the picture at the end of, when I cover the other movie. After running away from his negligent parents committing a violent crime and being sentenced to 5 years in jail, a hardened, streetwise 12-year-old Lebanese boy sues his parents in protest of the life they have given him. Sounds pretty ridiculous, but it might be really good. What was the other movie? Now I can't find the other one I was going to add. Give me a second here. So I got notes on the laptop, notes on the phone with screenshots, so it's just kind of a little bit disorganized. But the other one was, the Malcolm X and the Gandhi movies. I'm gonna add at the end of Gandhi a picture of the Last Emperor. I didn't really like the movie. I mean, it was okay, but it just had some parts in there that really annoyed me. But I'm pretty sure The Last Emperor is a very highly rated movie. It makes me think another one of the most overrated movies ever that's not making the top 700. I don't know. I guess I could add it to the end of the next war movie I cover. But it's called, what is it called? Empire of the Sun. I didn't like that movie. I just didn't like it. I'll try to add a picture at the end of the next war movie. Okay, some of these are pretty complicated, so I've just got quite a bit of screenshots as well. Source code, really, really good sci-fi, different with Jake Gyllenhaal. Let me read it to you without giving anything away. A lot of these screenshots, I got to be careful how I read it to you so I don't give stuff away. Helicopter pilot Coulter Stevens, Jake Gyllenhaal, is part of a top secret military operation that enables him to experience the last few minutes in the life of Sean Fentress, a man who died in a commuter train explosion. The purpose of Coulter's mission is to learn the identity of the bomber and prevent a similar catastrophe. As Coulter lives Sean's final moments, he becomes more certain that he can prevent the first tragedy from occurring as long as he doesn't run out of time. This is a very complicated movie. I would say it's very complicated. Even when you're done, even after you're done watching it, I can almost guarantee you're going to have to read about what happened. I don't want to tell you anything more than that. Like, it's so complicated that I don't love it, but I like it. It's a good movie. What do we have up next? The Irishman. It's like a 3.5 hour movie. Remember, I watched this when it first came out on Netflix. Great movie. In the 1950s, truck driver Frank Sheeran gets involved with Russell Bufalino and his Pennsylvania crime family as Sheeran climbs the ranks to become a top hitman. He also goes to work for Jimmy Hoffa, a powerful teamster tied to organized crime. It's just, man, it's got De Niro and Pacino and Pesci. And I'm going to add, you know what? I was supposed to tell you something earlier, I think. What other movie has De Niro, Pacino, by the way? Heat, which is higher than this. Righteous Kill, which didn't make the top 700, but I thought was okay. I don't remember it too well. But I need to add the movie Miss Rain. I think it's like a subtitled French film, 7.5 IMDb. And but yeah, this movie, The Irishman, is just phenomenal. Obviously, based on the actors, you pretty much know that. And give me a second. All right, next, number 282. Dead Poets Society. A new English teacher, John Keating, played by Robin Williams, is introduced to an all-boys preparatory school that is known for its ancient traditions and high standards. He uses unorthodox methods to reach out to his students who face enormous pressures from their parents and the school. With Keating's help, students played by Robert Sean Leonard and Ethan Hawke, students and others, those two students and others learn to break out of their shells, pursue their dreams, and seize the day. There's more to the movie than that, and this is one of Robin Williams' best movies, no question. So when he, as the main actor, it probably is his best movie, but not as like, I wouldn't say as like, you know, co actor, you know, but it's, yeah, it's very good. Okay, next we have JFK, Oliver Stone movie. Got to go to the notes a little bit. This acclaimed Oliver Stone drama presents the investigation into the assassination of President John F. Kennedy, led by New Orleans District Attorney Jim Garrison, played by Costner. When Garrison begins to doubt conventional thinking on the murder, he faces government resistance, and after the killing of suspected assassin Lee Harvey Oswald, Gary Oldman, he closes the case. Later, however, Garrison reopens the investigation, finding evidence of an extensive conspiracy behind Kennedy's death. Okay, so just a little bit of a spoiler here because you might want to fast forward a little bit because I feel like a little bit of it needs to be corrected because there's not corrected but just known about because I don't think this DA got some stuff right. You know, I mean, it's easy to say now years later, but let me read to you. The film culminates in the trial of Clay Shaw, a New Orleans businessman accused by Garrison of conspiracy in the assassination. And then it says, no AI overview. No, Clay Shaw was not found to be involved in the JFK assassination. While New Orleans District Attorney Jim Garrison investigated Shaw and even indicted him on charges of conspiracy to murder Kennedy, Shaw was acquitted by a jury. Garrison's investigation and prosecution were controversial, and his theory of a conspiracy involving Shaw, the CIA, and the Mafia was not substantiated by the evidence presented. Now, I'm just saying, I don't want to get into the JFK stuff, but JFK was disliked by the Mafia. He was disliked by the military-industrial complex. And but in terms of like, so yeah, I mean, that part's true, but I don't know if there's anything to this Clay Shaw guy. So, I mean, I don't know if Oliver Stone got the end of the movie right, but that's okay. I mean, it's still good. The premise is right, that it was not just case closed. I mean, anybody with half a brain knows it was not just case closed. Okay, it was Oswald, right? You know, so it just, I mean, he didn't act alone. So, hell, even if he did act at all, now that's a whole nother thing. But JFK, it's good, especially at the time of the movie. You know what? Did I rank this too high based on what we know now in terms of that Shaw guy? Maybe he was involved. I haven't researched it. I don't know, but maybe it's ranked too high because Stone got some stuff wrong, but he got most of it right. So anyway, sorry. All right, next. 280, American Psycho. I've only seen parts of it. I can't really remember it very well. I know people love this cult classic. Patrick Bateman, played by Christian Bale, is a wealthy investment banker working on Wall Street, but he's also a psychopath. Can't say much more. He's a psychopath. It's got humor to the movie, I know that, but people love it. In the cult classics, you got to rank them higher a lot of the time. Okay, next up, another Christian Bale movie. We've got Equilibrium. In a futuristic world, a regime has eliminated war by suppressing emotions. Books, art, and music are strictly forbidden, and feeling is a crime punishable by death. I gotta be careful about what I tell you because they give these movies away. Cleric John Preston Christian Bale is a top-ranking government agent responsible for destroying those who resist these problems. That's all I can tell you. Hell, they say a lot more. I'm not going to say, but it's got really cool action, a little bit like The Matrix. It's good story. Equilibrium's great. Okay, next, Sling Blade. I think it's safe to say that Carl in Sling Blade, played by Billy Bob Thornton, has a pretty low IQ. he has a very troubled past, mental hospital. I guess they let him out. He forms a bond with a boy who has lost his father. His mom lets Carl stay at their house, but her boyfriend is volatile. And it just, yeah, it's things get volatile. Can't say anymore. It's one of those types of movies. Okay, next movie is so underrated, Fearless with Jeff Bridges. When Max Klein survives a plane crash that kills many others, his last-minute epiphanies bring him a sense of invulnerability, leading to radical behavior. Instead of contacting his wife after the crash, he sets off on a trip to see his old girlfriend, eats foods he was allergic to previously, and is strangely unafraid to fly again. Can a psychologist, John Turturro, and a fellow guilt-ridden survivor help bring him down to earth? What was I going to say? Fearless. Yeah, it's a unique movie, and that really helps it climb the rankings. Okay, next, Tape at 276. Very underrated movie with Ethan Hawke and Uma Thurman. Let me see the phone here. A 3-character ensemble piece set within the confines of a tawdry motor lodge in Lansing, Michigan. After 10 years apart, 3 disparate people come together to play out the unresolved drama of their final days in high school. Intrigued, we watch as layers of denial are slowly peeled away. Suspense builds as each character is provoked into revealing his or her true nature and motivation. Mesmerized, we are drawn into their lives as they choose which cards to play and which cards to hold. Yeah, different type of movie. Very, very good movie. Okay, coming in at 275 is a Christopher Nolan movie, Insomnia. Comes a story of a veteran police detective, Al Pacino, who is sent to a small Alaskan town to investigate the murder of a teenage girl, forced into a psychological game of cat and mouse by the primary suspect, Robin Williams. Events escalate, and the detective finds his own stability dangerously threatened. Can't tell you, in these types of movies, can't tell you much more than that. It's really good, obviously. Try to add Frozen Ground with John Cusack as another kind of detective movie. 274, Dances with Wolves. A little bit of a romance. But it's good. It's more to it than that, so that's why I'm including it. The Civil War soldier develops a relationship with a band of Lakota Indians attracted by the simplicity of their lifestyle. He chooses to leave his former life behind to be with them. Let me see, what else should I tell you without giving it away. Yeah, I can't read any more than that. I mean, attracted by the simplicity. He chooses to leave his former life behind to be with them. It's a long movie. It's an 8 IMDb. Cinematography, phenomenal. It's good. It's really, really good. And that's the problem, as we get in the higher rankings, I don't want to just give you too little information and then you're like left wondering. So I've got to kind of start giving you some more information, on as the movies get better. But that's why I might be changing a little bit on this. 273, What Dreams May Come. 1 second. After Chris Nielsen, Robin Williams dies in a car accident. He's guided through the afterlife by his spirit guide, Albert Cuba Gooding Jr. His new world is beautiful and can be whatever Chris imagines. Even his children are there. But when his wife, Anne, commits suicide and is sent to hell, Chris ignores Albert's warnings and journeys there to save her. Upon arrival, Chris finds that rescuing Annie will be more difficult than he'd imagined. So, it's the movie. Like, a lot of times I think they make movies that are too long that should be shorter. This is a movie that's like obviously got so much involved that I feel like they should have made the movie longer. But it's it's so good. It's really good. Not everyone's gonna like it though, but it's Robin Williams. Oh, what did I say? Robin Williams' best movie, Dead Poet Dead Poet Society. Hell, it might be this one actually. So yeah. Okay. On the surface, this one might look a little bit too high, and it might be, but yeah, maybe not. This is 272 Flight with Denzel. Um, Commercial airline pilot Whip Whitaker has a problem with drugs and alcohol, though so far he's managed to complete his flight safely. His luck runs out when a disastrous mechanical malfunction sends his plane hurtling toward the ground. Whip pulls off a miraculous crash landing that results in only 6 lives lost. Shaken to the core, Whip vows to get sober, but when the crash investigation exposes his addiction, he finds himself in an even worse situation. So Denzel has got all kinds of range in this movie. He's totally different. He man, spectacular performance in this movie. It's why it's about 20, 30, 40 slots higher than maybe it should be, but yeah, did I tell you too much? I got to tell you something to get you to watch the movie, you know? I can't just tell you Denzel's a pilot. Okay, that's it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. This does not have a high IMDb whatsoever, and I don't really get it. It's 271, The Saint with Val Kilmer and Elizabeth Shue. Based on the popular spy series, this film follows suave international thief Simon Templar, who is contracted by Russian oil magnate Ivan Tretiak to steal a formula for cold fusion, so Templar nicknamed the Saint because of his use of Roman Catholic saints as aliases, finds scientist Dr. Emma Russell, seduces her, and steals the information. However, because the formula was incomplete, Tretiak now wants to kill Templar and kidnap Russell. It's it is. It's higher than I thought, 6.2, but that's not high enough. I mean, this is Val Kilmer plays like he's like a chameleon in this movie. He plays like 4 or 5 different people. It's so good. Definitely. Okay, coming in at 270, Nocturnal Animals. A successful Los Angeles art gallery owner's idyllic life is marred by the constant traveling of her second husband. While he is away, she is shaken by the arrival of a manuscript written by her first husband, who she has not seen in years. The manuscript tells the story of a teacher who finds a trip with his family turning into a nightmare. As Susan reads the book, it forces her to examine her past and confront some dark truths. This movie, man, it's sad. I mean, it's wow. It's I can't tell you any more than that. It's very good. Very good movie. It's all I can say. Okay, next up. 269 Foxcatcher with Steve Carell and Ruffalo. It's true story. When wealthy John DuPont, played by Steve Carell, invites Olympic wrestler Mark Schultz, Channing Tatum is in the movie as well, to move to his estate and help form a wrestling team for the 1988 Olympics. Mark sees a way to step out of the shadow of his charismatic brother. Sorry, my computer's doing stuff. However, DuPont begins to lead Mark down a dark road, causing the athlete's self-esteem to slip. Meanwhile, DuPont becomes fixated on bringing Dave into the fold, eventually propelling all three toward an unforeseen tragedy. This DuPont guy... So remember we talked about J. Edgar out of 1 through 10, and he was about a 9 on how weird he is, or higher. DuPont's a 10. DuPont's a 10 out of a 10. I mean, it's so crazy, the DuPont story, or the Foxcatcher story. Yeah, just watch it if you want, but it's good. Okay, we have... sorry, I've got the phone working, so it's taking me a little bit longer as well, you know? Not just the laptop. 268 Gran Torino. Retired auto worker and Korean War vet Walt Kowalski fills emptiness in his life with beer and home repair, despising the many Asian, Latino, and black families in his neighborhood. Walt becomes a reluctant hero when he stands up to the gangbangers who tried to force an Asian teen to steal Walt's treasured car. An unlikely friendship develops between Walt and the teen as he learns he has more in common with his neighbors than he thought. It's I watched it when it first came out, man. It's really good. Gran Torino is so good. One of Eastwood's best movies, probably, as an actor. Yeah. Coming in at 267, Reign of Fire. Christian Bale, Matthew McConaughey. In present-day London, 12-year-old Quinn watches as his mother wakes an enormous fire-breathing beast from its centuries-long slumber. 20 years later, much of the world has been scarred by the beast and its offspring. As a fire chief, Christian Bale is responsible for warding off the beast and keeping a community alive as they eke out a meager existence. Into their midst comes a hotshot American, Van Zandt, Matthew McConaughey, who says he has a way to kill the beast. Low-key, phenomenal, straight up. I mean, it's... Love the movie. Reign of Fire, man. Watch it if you can. Okay, 266, Starship Troopers. I just remember this movie always being made fun of, and I never gave it a chance. I guess they said the acting was bad or something, and I just watched it a couple months ago. I thought it was incredible. Denise Richards struggles with her acting, but it's incredible. In the distant future, the Earth is at war with a race of giant alien insects. Little is known about the bugs except that they are intent on the eradication of all human life. But there was a time before the war. A mobile infantry travels to distant alien planets to take the war to the bugs. They are a ruthless enemy with only one mission: survival of their species no matter what the cost. I mean, just great CGI, great graphics, great story. You can make the case Starship Troopers should be higher. Definitely. It's so good. By the way, I got lucky last night because I came across a movie that when I do all these lists, a lot of times I just kind of skip a movie on accident. Well, the movie I skipped was War of the Worlds. I mean, War of the Worlds is not high IMDb, but if I remember, I had it like 550 or something. It would have been top 700. So my bad. It's going to be, I'm going to just add it at the end of Starship Troopers, a picture of War of the Worlds. War of the Worlds is pretty good. Okay, next we have Total Recall coming in at 265. Didn't they do a remake of this? I don't know. I never seen the remake. Okay, yeah, 265. Douglas Quaid is a bored construction worker in the year 2084 who dreams of visiting the colonized Mars. He visits Recall, a company that plants false memories into people's brains in order to experience the thrill of Mars without having to travel there. But something goes wrong during the procedure. Quaid discovers that his entire life is actually a false memory and that the people who implanted it in his head now want him dead. Yeah, 7.5 IMDb, should be about 8. It's so freaking good. It stands the test of time. No question. Next up, 264 Kingsman. Only seen the first. I need to watch the second. Oh, look at this. The first is 7.7 IMDb. Not surprised. I think they've made 3 now. I could be wrong. Gary Eggsy, Unwin, by Taron Egerton, whose late father secretly worked for a spy organization, lives in a South London housing estate and seems headed for a life behind bars. However, dapper agent Harry Hart, Colin Firth, recognizes potential in the youth and recruits him to be a trainee in the Secret Service. Meanwhile, can't tell you too much more like they do here. Samuel L. Jackson is the villain, and yeah, see that's that's what I'm telling you. Like, it's harder, in my opinion, for a lot of, not all of them, but a lot of the older movies to compete with CGI and just the better cameras. It's just years of how to film action. It's just hard to compete with a movie like Kingsman. These older movies, I mean, it's so good. Next movie, somewhat complicated. Number 263, Frequency. Caviezel and Dennis Quaid. The film suggests that a rare and unusual combination of intense solar flare activity and the presence of the aurora borealis occurring simultaneously in both 1969 and 1999 creates a special atmospheric phenomenon. So, and then they're able to communicate on the father's ham radio, and time travel doesn't actually take place, but events on the timeline continuum can change based on their communication. It's I didn't really give much away. Obviously they're trying to change some stuff, but it's a really cool father-son movie. Really good stuff. This is going to be the longest session by far. 262, Summer of Sam, one of Denzel's best movies. One of Spike Lee's best movies. During the summer of 1977, a killer known as the Son of Sam keeps all of New York City on edge with a series of brutal murders. The philandering Vinny John Leguizamo unwittingly almost becomes a victim of the psychopath, and soon he and numerous people in his orbit, including his wife, not sure how to say her name, his punk rocker friend Richie, and aspiring porn star Ruby, are trying to figure out the identity of the killer before it's too late. Spike Lee, he just makes it look like you're there in the late 1970s in New York and just the panic going on with the Son of Sam. And if you don't know that, that was a real killer, but it's what was I going to say? I wasn't going to go off on a tangent there about the Son of Sam, but the movie is what was I going to say? I completely forgot. I think I was just going to say it's like really like underrated, if I didn't already say that, but masterpiece by Spike Lee. Okay, next up, let me see here, working three things at one time. California at 261 with a K. Not only 6.7 IMDb. That's crazy to me. I got to be careful about what I tell you here. Brian Kessler is a writer, and his girlfriend Carrie Laughlin is a photographer. They're working on a book about serial killers and planning a trip across the country to document the sites of famous serial murders. To cut costs, they set up a rideshare with strangers. Earl Gracie and his girlfriend Adele Corners, Brad Pitt, Juliette Lewis, and the other guy, I don't even know how to say his name. It's the dude from X-Files, and then it's Michelle Forbes. It's good. Is it ranked low too high? Probably, but it's kind of the way I want to do it, because it would be easily a rewatchable movie. It's really good. It's been a minute since I've seen this movie. What number is it at? 260, White Men Can't Jump. I forgot. How does Wesley Snipes say it in the movie? He's like, white men can't jump. Something like that. It's pretty funny. Billy Hoyle is a white basketball hustler who banks on black players, underestimating his skills on the court. When he pulls one over on Sidney Dean, Wesley Snipes' victim sees a lucrative opportunity, and they become partners in the con game, plying their trade across the course of Los Angeles. And there's a lot more going on in the movie than that. It's good. I kind of grade these sports movies a little bit on a curve, but I think with this one I don't even need to. It has been a long time since I've seen it, but it stands the test of time. It's really good. Okay, number, I believe, 259, Zodiac, 7.7 IMDb. In the late 1960s and 70s, fear grips the city of San Francisco as a serial killer called Zodiac stalks its residents. Investigators are Mark Ruffalo and Anthony Edwards, the basketball player. Just kidding. And reporters Jake Gyllenhaal, Robert Downey Jr. become obsessed with learning the killer's identity and bringing him to justice. Meanwhile, Zodiac claims victim after victim and taunts the authorities with cryptic messages, ciphers, and menacing phone calls. This guy was a menace to society, man. I mean, they're still trying to solve it, you know. I tend to think it might be a group of people because it just seemed like Zodiac was just everywhere, you know. But who knows? I mean, it's just insane. All these suspects to this day. Hell, the movie's so good just because of all the intrigue that still goes on with the Zodiac. But great acting and phenomenal movie. Okay, next up, coming in at 258, V for Vendetta. Just recently watched this a few months ago, finally. Following World War, London is a police state. I didn't tell you the name of it, did I? V for Vendetta. Following World War, London is a police state occupied by a fascist government, and a vigilante known as V, Hugo Weaving, uses terrorist tactics to fight the oppressors of the world in which he now lives. When V saves a young woman named Evie, Natalie Portman, from the secret police, he discovers an ally in his fight against England's oppressors. It's godly. There it is, 8.1 IMDb. It's really good. I know a lot of people, they're going to want to put it like in the top 100, and that's fine, totally fine with me. It's really, really good. Some people are probably going to hate it. I think it's like a love or hate movie. I just put off watching it for so long because it just seemed a little bit goofy, but it's not after watching it. It's good. Okay, coming in at 257, we have the classic Fargo. Fargo is a reality-based crime drama set in Minnesota, 1987. Jerry Lundegaard, played by William H. Macy, is a car salesman in Minneapolis who has gotten himself into debt and is so desperate for money that he hires two thugs to kidnap his own wife. Can't really tell you more than that. It's an absolute classic. It has some really funny parts, and one part in particular is just hilarious. I mean, it's a classic for a reason, definitely. Coming in at 256, Identity. Remember seeing this in the movie theater and being very confused. Let me see here. Can I read this to you without giving anything away? When a vicious storm breaks out in the Nevada desert, 10 people seek refuge in an isolated motel. At the same time, a serial killer, under the care of psychiatrist Dr. Malik, who has just found the killer's revealing journal, awaits execution for murdering a group of motel guests. When the storm-stranded travelers realize they are being killed off one by one, limo driver Ed Dakota John Cusick bids to stay alive and reveal the murderer's identity. Yeah, it's a mind bender, and it's like incredible. Be prepared to read about what it's about after you're done watching it, but it's so good. Okay, coming in at 255, The Manchurian Candidate. Years after his squad was ambushed during the Gulf War, Major Ben Marco, played by Denzel, finds himself having terrible nightmares. He begins to doubt that his fellow squad mate, Sergeant Raymond Shaw, how do you say his name? Liev Schreiber, now a presidential candidate, is the hero he remembers him being. As Marco's doubts deepen, Shaw's political power grows. And when Marco finds a mysterious implant embedded in his back, the memory of what really happened begins to return. It's just an absolutely insane movie. Let me stop this for a sec to tell you more. Okay, so the chip is giving Denzel false memories, and then with Liev Schreiber, it's kind of like similar to when people talk about the MK Ultra stuff, with like mind control. So is this stuff true? Or then this movie would be sometimes, like they say, truth is stranger than fiction, where they just completely create different partitions in someone's brain, and they can say certain words, and then they can call upon what are called different alters. It's just crazy if you study it. But yeah, this movie is pretty good. It just doesn't seem believable, but it might kind of be, stuff might actually kind of work like this. I have no idea, but it's a great movie. Coming in at 254, Valkyrie. Colonel Klaus von Stauffenberg. Tom Cruise serves Germany with loyalty and pride, but fears that Hitler will destroy his country if allowed to run unchecked. With time running out for Germany and the rest of Europe, von Stauffenberg joins a group of like-minded, high-ranking men who want to overthrow the Nazi regime from within. That's all I can really say. The movie is really good, but might have been better had they spoken German and just provided subtitles. It's a little goofy with them all speaking English, but it's still like an extremely good movie. And I don't know what else to tell you. I can't tell you too much. Yeah, what is the IMDb on this? Let me see. 7.1 is all. Yeah, it should be higher for sure. A few more left. 253, The Majestic. Only 6.9. I just think this is like really good, obviously. Rising Hollywood screenwriter Peter Appleton, Jim Carrey, is blacklisted in the early 1950s. Red Scare. Following a drunken car accident, he wakes with amnesia near the small town of Lawson, California, where the residents mistake him for Luke Trimble, a local boy declared missing in action during World War II. As Peter helps Luke's father and a high school sweetheart reopen the town's sole movie theater, questions arise about his true identity and motivations. Carrie is just unbelievable in the movie. Did I read too much to you on what it's about? Let me see. Yeah, it's this movie is really like incredible. A lot of people aren't going to put it this high, but it's so unique. I gotta do it, Another movie I need to add to this that I haven't seen, Secondhand Lions. I don't know too much about it. I just read about it a couple days ago. 7.5 IMDb. Kind of a good family movie. And then a movie I forgot to add to the End of Frequency. I just saw about it yesterday, an old sci-fi. I'll add a picture at the End of Frequency. It's called The 13th Floor. Don't know if it's any good at all. But, yeah, two more left. Next up, 252, The Hurt Locker with Jeremy Renner. Following the death of their well-respected staff sergeant in Iraq, Sergeant J.T. Stanborn and Specialist Owen Eldridge find their explosive ordnance disposal unit saddled with a very different team leader. Staff Sergeant William James is an inveterate risk-taker who seems to thrive on war, but there's no denying his gift for defusing bombs. And Man, been a long time since I've seen the movie. I think a lot of people want to put it like in the top 150 or so, but which I'm cool with. But it's it's just been a while, but I know it's like really good. I thought it'd be higher at 7.5 IMDb, but maybe there could have been more to the character of Jeremy Renner, but maybe that's just how he's supposed to be, where he just doesn't care about anything, it seems. I don't want to say the wrong thing, but he's not worried. I should say he's just not worried about anything. Some people are like that, you know? But it's a different type of movie. I mean, it's really good. And the last movie of the batch. Possibly a little bit too high, but I don't think so. Rescue Dawn, really good war movie. Give me 1 second here. Christian Bale is in it. During the Vietnam War, German-born U.S. pilot Dieter Dingler, what a name, is shot down over Laos and taken prisoner. Tortured and starved, Dieter resolves to escape with fellow prisoners Dwayne and Jean. When they finally make their daring break into the jungle, the escapees discover that the dense, humid rainforest can be a terrifying prison in itself. Yeah, I remember watching this and just like, wow, this is such a good war movie, you know, trying to get away and um, incredible acting and the environment, the backdrop. It's really Rescue Dawn. It's only 7.3. I got to put it where I have it. As you know, I'm going to add a movie that's okay. It's not that good, but it's kind of another situation where prisoners are taken hostage. It's called To End All Wars, and I think Kiefer Sutherland is in it. But that wraps it up. Just looking at the movie list, I would say about 10 more really, really good movies, and then starting at about 240, they get pretty incredible, just in my opinion. So it's exciting, you know. It's been like I've been going nonstop. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do another one today, but we'll see. Anyway, thanks. Like and subscribe if you can.